The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the October 2nd, the terrific Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there's having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that is always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, well, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But even more important than that, and that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to send me an email. Send it off to Steve at TFNN.com. Please send it early. And, of course, if you're inside our Tigers Den, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. We begin our day here with a mixed bag out there. You've got the Dow down 100, about 78 points, S&P off 8, and NASDAQ 100 up 18. Russell is off 3, 54 to the upside for the transports, 95 to the upside for the semis, 13 points for the New York Stock Exchange Composite. For the NASDAQ Composite. New York Stock Exchange is off 90 points. Gold's down $37. Silver's off $1.50. Light sweet crude off 73 cents. Natural gas, it's up 8 pennies. Copper's up about a nickel right now. We've got the XAU up on our screen out here. The reason we have the XAU is because if we look at the daily column where I've got the TD9 counts, you can see you've got a number 9 and a star next to it. The star next to it tells us that the pattern is in fact a topping signal. In other words, the high has to take place on bars 8, 9, or the bar following. Now, if we take a look at the weekly time frame chart, we can see we've got a confirmed bar number 8 there. So unless the pattern gets negated, which it's not going to, we can see that by just taking a look at it. It won't get negated by tomorrow. Out here, you're going to get a bar number 9 formation. So you're going to get a weekly TD9 count top confirmation come tomorrow. Of course, that pattern will complete next Friday. Now, on a daily time frame, we've got that bar number 9 that formed yesterday. Today's the bar following bar number 9. Now, we may get as additional topping signal, not that it matters. We might get a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal as well. What that tells us is that the market for that time frame is stretched, and a bearish reversal candle tells you that the cavalry has arrived. And with price, if it closes the XAU, that is, below 297.64, it should lead to lower price. The price target, do not pay attention to these profiles. These profiles do not work on indices out there. But, you know, I've just put this on this screen here where I've got that tool, and it'll try to calculate something. It's just irrelevant. What is relevant, though, is 271.39, and price could be pulling back to its breakout level. I would say you've got that area at 271. You also have the weekly oscillator and change line at 267. Now, we look at the monthly time frame. What we can see by moving higher on the first, yesterday, quite frankly, what that has now done is that's triggered bar number 8 on a monthly time frame. Now, we've got a long time before the month comes to an end, and that top for the monthly standpoint could be between this month, October, and the end of December out there. But we'll pay attention to the daily and the weekly charts out there, but they are suggesting a pause. If we take a look at gold, so let's put gold up here. Now, and when you take a look at profiles that show up here, you do want to pay attention to those. And we'll take a look at gold, and we'll take a look at the silver, and we'll take a look at some of these equities out there. Jared wrote in earlier, just giving us 3 to take a look at. Of course, if you've got one that you want me to take a look at as well, happy to do so. Here we take a look at gold. Today will become bar number 9 so long as price closes above the close of bar number 5. Seems like a likely outcome. That close was at 38.09. Price right now is pulled back and is testing that green oscillator and change line. That is a key level of support. That level of support is at 38.55. Now, What's transpired since about 9:30 this morning is a new profile is attempting to form on the daily gold contract, and it is below price. That is a bullish message. That does not mean that price can't get back to test that level. So you've got oscillator and change line support, which so far has held. And below that, you've got the top of a new profile, which we will not know until this evening whether this new profile forms or not. It could easily shift, could change, could vanish. But right now, 38.36 would be another level of support. We look at the weekly time frame chart here for gold. We don't see any kind of a topping signal. We're only in bar number 7. Rhodes momentum indicator pattern has gone away. That tells us that it's got the strength now to continue to move higher out there. And on a monthly basis, we negated a TD9 count top a couple of days ago. So what does that suggest to us? I think it's just really it's a daily event out there. And the importance of this is that the XAU and gold specifically have got such a strong directional relationship. And I say that it is gold that is the leader out here. So we don't have the same type of topping signals that we do inside the XAU. And so you want to keep your eye on Goldilocks. You also want to certainly keep it on silver. And so let's go ahead and punch up the silver charts out here. Silver also going to form a daily TD9 count top today, so long as price does not close below the close of bar number 5. Well, that's a possibility because bar number 5's close. Give me a moment here, just waiting for this chart here to fully populate. The close on bar number 5 for silver was 46.65. In fact, if you are bullish silver and bullish silver miners, you want to see price close below that. You want to negate a TD9 count topping pattern. Now, there's also a new profile that's attempting to form in silver. At this stage here, silver's explored both the top and bottom. Resistance at 47.59, support at 45.94 out there. So pay attention to those levels. If I open up the silver chart, there is an A to B equals CD pattern out there. So a bearish reversal candle today would confirm a sell the D point top out there. The next level of support for silver is all the way down to 38.01. Of course, we'd be looking at the weekly, the monthly time frame as well. And so we take the weekly time frame for silver, which does not have any kind of a TD9 count topping pattern. Its level of support will be down at 42.83. The monthly is triggered bar number 8, much like we took a look at on I think it was the XAU that had done that as well. So that's got the potential for a topping signal. So with regard to silver, gold, the mining equities, it's just simply time to be very cautious right now and to watch how price handles support on a pullback and a retracement. If you've been in the market here for a longer period of time, it's probably the weekly that you're going to be paying more attention to than the daily. Of course, the daily is going to tell you what to expect or anticipate. Now, when I take a look at silver here, another thing to be paying attention to would be it's a retrace. Oh, no, that's not a good thing. Let's see if that goes away. Is the retracements, as you can see, coming off the nice low out here, that wave number 7 bottom back in April 7th. Out here, you can see that all the retracements have been 2, 3, and we've had 1 4-bar knee-jerk reaction low. So I don't have anything to suggest otherwise, which means that, you'd be looking for a 2 to 4 day potential pullback if, in fact, price were to close below profile support, which we won't know if the 45.948 level is profile support until this evening. But that is the new profile support as we speak right now. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back. We'll take a look at the equity markets. We'll shift over to that. Then we'll come back and take a look at DVS, AG, EXK, Tesla. We'll try to take a look at the U.S. dollar index for no spin, but really, in order to do that, we're really going to be looking at the euro, the yen, and the pound. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go take a look at the New York Stock Exchange, the Advanced Client Oscillator, as well as the Spot VIX Index. We can see that the Advanced Client Oscillator, that's panel number 2 on the left out there. You can see the reading right now, minus 89 and change out there when it's below the 0 threshold level. Signals that sellers are the ones that have control. If we get a bearish reversal candle today, it's just going to reconfirm the Rhodes Momentum Indicator top that is already in place out here. Now, with regard to the Spot VIX Index, yesterday or this morning was trading below the 50-day exponential moving average. Now we're back above it. It being 1617, that certainly provides for the S&P 500 sellers with an edge out there. So that's what's going on with regard to those tools. Let's go take a look at, in a moment here, we'll put up the daily equity future contract, all 4 of them. So we'll take a look at those. You've got the ES Mini in the left-hand panel out there. The ES Mini, again, negated yesterday, negated its Rhodes Momentum Indicator topping pattern yesterday, but a new bearish reversal candle would confirm the same. What you'd want to see here right now, we've got a shooting star candle, but I don't know that that's what it's going to be at day's end. Price remains above the top of its profile at 67.42. If price were to close below that, even if it's not a bearish reversal candle today, and that still could be signaling to us that we're getting ready for a 2 to 4 day type of retracement out there. If you take a look at the NQ needs a close above today, that is, a close above 25.027.25 to negate it, sell the D point up. We're 25.033 right now. The Dow Equity Future contract has a wave number 7 top. Today might confirm a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Price trading with inside its profile. It has a buy zone between 46.124 and 46.331. Resistance up at the 46.848 level. If we take a look at the Russell 2000, just a consolidation with inside profile. So nothing is broken down when we take a look at the daily time frame chart for the equity future contracts. Now let's go take a look at the intraday charts. I'm going to simply close those out. If we need to go back to them, we will, just simply to free up some resources for me. Now we'll go take a look at what is the NQ. Yesterday in the NQ, as we were leaving, we talked about how price was trading above on a 240-minute time frame, was trading above a TD9 count topping signal. Of course, what we didn't know is whether it was going to close above that at 2 p.m., which it did. And when it closed above that at 2 p.m. and negated that signal, what then got triggered was that A to B equals CD pattern that we took a look at. That A to B equals CD pattern had a price projection around 25,184. We got up very close to that, and then we got that bearish engulfing or bearish sash candle that has formed. We're going to open up this chart here. I'm going to get rid of the A to B equals CD pattern. We don't need any clutter on our chart. There's enough already to take a look at on our charts out here. So we know there was that sell the D point top. When you get a sell the D point top out there, what do? Price should go test support. So when we take a look at the 4-hour time frame chart for the NQ, we can see that price is testing that first very key level of support. So no damage done here at all. That level of support being its green oscillator and change line, 24,999. Now, at the same time, this morning, at 10 o'clock, we had a new profile that formed out here. And this is a bearish structured profile. If price were to close below, and at this stage here, I would normally say the center of its profile, which is 25,015. I can't say that now because the green oscillator and change line is below that level. So price must close below that green oscillator and change line. Right now, about 24,999. That number is going to go up and down. But if we did get a close below that, that would then bring into play profile support at 24,906. But at this stage of the game, support is holding, at least for the 4-hour time frame chart. Let's go see what else we see out here. It looks like we've got that same A to B equals CD pattern on 5-hour time frame chart with a bearish reversal candle that is trying to form. Now, this candle does not close till 2 p.m., so 11:22 is too early to make that call. But if we did get a bearish reversal candle, you can see that price is also testing its oscillator and change line level of support. On the 2-hour time frame chart out there, well, if we had to sell the D point on the 240 or the 5-hour, we certainly have that across the board out there. We did get a bearish reversal candle on the 2-hour time frame chart, and we have a new profile with price testing the buy zone. The buy zone for the NQ for the 2-hour time frame is 25,019 and 25,073. If price closes back above 25,073, we'd explore resistance at 25,162. The 60-minute time frame chart would have a sell the D point pattern as well, price testing profile support. So far, that basically is held, it being 25,030 out there. The other intraday charts out there are trading, well, the 30-minute is trading below profile support, but I'd be paying attention to, so there's a bottom pattern that did show up on the 10-minute time frame chart. That 10-minute time frame chart now shows that price is trading inside its buy zone, bullish structured profile, and if on a 10-minute basis, you can get 2 consecutive closes about 25,047, we ought to see a rally up towards 25,091 with a battle at that oscillator and change line, which is at about the 25,063 level. So those are the areas inside the NQ that I would be watching for the rest of the day. Let's go see what the ES Mini charts are signaling to us. We may get some different signals out here. In fact, the ES Mini did not complete its A to B equals CD pattern that we were taking a look at for its 4-hour time frame like the NQ did. So what does that tell us? And there's the one that we drew in yesterday. I haven't changed these charts at all. This gave us a signal of about 67.92. We actually got up to a high of 67.82, a 10-point difference. Too far away to say that that was a sell the D point top out there. So I'd say that's the NQ that then therefore is driving the markets, not the ES Mini. So I'd be paying attention to its signals more so than the ES. But when we do take a look at the ES Mini out here, for that 5-hour time frame chart, which does not have a top at this stage, price just pulled back and tested its green oscillator and change line. You do have profile support in the 4-hour chart at 67.41, so keep an eye on that. If price were to close below that level, we'd likely look at 67.33. That's a 2-hour profile support area. You've got a 10-minute TD9 count bottom pattern out there. So what should unfold here is a rally. That rally should take us up towards 67.58. 67.58 is the oscillator and change line. At a price able to close above that, 67.64 would be the target. That is the top of that 10-minute profile out there. So that's what's going on with regard to the markets in general, the equity markets in general, I should say. Anything else I need to take a look at? I don't think so. So let's do this here. Let's start with taking a look at some of the requests that have come in. The first request coming in from Jared, DBS, which I believe is a silver mining stock out here. Now, Jared, you mentioned huge monthly volume. The problem is this didn't start trading until April of 2025 out there. So was last month, okay, so it had good volume last month, but I don't really know what it means because I can't compare it to anything out here. So yes, but And even the weekly chart. Look at this weekly chart. It's very difficult for me to really come up with any set of signals. It did form a TD9 count topping pattern. It did that on July 25th for the weekly time frame. Price did pull back. So let's take a look at the daily chart and try to get a feel for what's going on here. And that is, it shows that a TD9 count top would form, but price must close the day above the bar, close of bar number 5. And that right now doesn't look like that's going to happen. That closes 488. We're at 475. So that topping signal could go away. But price is trading below its green oscillator and change line. So it's suggesting at this moment in time, Jared, that price has lost momentum. It may regain that come day's end out there. But if it doesn't, it close below that level. The next area of support would be 461. 461 is where just a counter trend move should come to an end out there. If price closes below that, it could be opening up the door to explore its buy zone. That's between 394 and 411. Unfortunately, the monthly chart and the weekly chart for DVS are not going to assist us very much out there. But let's take a look at AG. We come back to this break. EXK as well. Those have been trading for longer, so we should be able to get a better read from those two instruments. We'll be right back.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. So I'm being told by several of our denters out there that they've got data for DVS going back to 2012 out there. So I do not know what is wrong with the Ninja Trader system. I'll have to take a look at that, sometime after the show, today or tomorrow. Out there. So, but I gave you the best that I could, quite frankly, with the data that I do have out there. So no idea what the difference is, but we'll try to get to the bottom of it. In the meantime, let's move on, Jared, to your second request, which is to take a look at AG. So when we take a look at AG out here, you'll see on the monthly time frame, I'm going to start from the monthly and head back. Monthly time frame yesterday triggered, in essence, a bar number 8 signal out there. So that says that the AG could get a topping pattern on its monthly time frame between this month and December. We take a look at the weekly time frame chart. Bar number 8 will go ahead and complete tomorrow, unless this thing just simply falls off the face of the earth. But that's bar number 8. In order for bar number 9 to complete, that would be next week. Price is going to have to close above the close of bar number 5. That number to be watching next Friday would be $10.54. I will not be here next Friday, so please, note that number and make sure that you pay attention where price is trading at that stage here. The daily time frame for AG, we take a look at this. It has Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal, but it doesn't have a confirmed bearish reversal candle, and price is trading above profile resistance. Now today, we are seeing price, at least at this moment in time, Jared, trade below its green oscillator and change line. That's at 1198. That's telling us that it may be losing its momentum out there. If it's losing this momentum, I would expect or anticipate that what we'll see is a 2 to 4 day retracement out there. Much like many of the other stocks that we look at, this has done 2 to 4 day retracements when it has made any kind of correction out there. So if you're looking to add to AG, I wouldn't do it today necessarily. I'd wait for that 2 to 4 day pullback out there. We have to be cautious on that weekly and monthly time frame out there. So that's what I see when we take a look at AG. You also want to take a look at EXK. So let's pull that up on our screen out here. EXK right now, trading out at $7.38. Now, in its monthly time frame chart, you can see the A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. That would require a bearish reversal candle to confirm a sell the D point top. It's very possible that come tomorrow, EXK will form a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top for its weekly time frame. All it needs to do is close halfway into the bar of last week, and which we are in past that as we speak right now. So you've got a dark cloud cover candle out there. What that would then suggest, if we do get that topping pattern, is that price would pull back to test its oscillator and change line. That is printing right now at about $6.51. If you look at the daily time frame has an active TD9 count top. Yesterday was a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, and today we have price trading below its green oscillator and change line. It has lost momentum with topping patterns out there. That is suggesting that EXK should pull back to the 668 level. That is the top of its daily profile. So we got 668 on the daily, 651 on the weekly. The monthly is fine. However, a bearish reversal candle at month's end would generate a sell the D point top. So this is going to be day number 3 to the downside. Is that possible? No. I guess it is. This is a day number 3 to the downside out there. Let me open up the daily time frame chart, see what kind of retracements we've been getting here. We did get as much as a 5-day retracement out there. That was back on the trading session of August the 1st out there. But otherwise, most of them have been 2 or 3 bar retracements. Today is going to be a 3rd bar. So pay attention to it tomorrow. But right now, it's telling us that it's lost momentum on the daily time frame, and more likely than not, we're going to see lower price from EXK. So, Jared, I hope that helps you out. Dan, thanks so much for your request. Joe writes in, and his question specifically is, what's the next move inside of Tesla? So when we take a look at Tesla, it really depends on how it trades today, Joe. Why is that? Because if we do get a bearish reversal candle, right now we've got a dark cloud cover candle. Again, all that needs is a close at least halfway into the body of yesterday's candle session. That would then generate a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. However, price is trading above its green oscillator and change line right now. The number to write down there is about 446.90-ish out there. If price were to close below that, it will have lost its momentum, and that would then signal at least a move back just a bit lower, 437.92, the top of its daily profile. The price gets back inside its profile, then it opens up the range of 416.73 to 427.33. The weekly time frame will go ahead and confirm a TD 9-count top tomorrow. The last significant top out here on a weekly basis for Tesla, no, it wasn't a TD 9-count top. Looks like it was a sell the D-point top out there. In any event, we are trading into a swing point on a weekly time frame that had a volume of 645 million shares. We're doing it this week with 308 million shares. So we're trading into that swing point with lighter volume. The ultimate reversal would be we'd get a close below that swing point low, which is 417.64. But you've got a TD 9-count top that's going to go ahead and confirm tomorrow. It will complete next Friday. That is suggesting that, and I know you're looking forward to go, I believe it was to go long, Joe. Out here, you might want to be waiting until for the weekly chart to unfold and perhaps pull back to that green oscillator and change on around 385.61. Now, we've got to get below profile support on that daily time frame to even consider getting back to the 385 level. So watch today's action giving us a signal of a potential, at least short-term top out there. The weekly could be giving us a signal of an intermediate-term top. No Spin wants to take a look at the U.S. dollar index. In order to do that, I need my black background system or a different data feed on here, which I've got too many things open to be able to do that. However, what we can do is really take a look at the top three currencies that make up the U.S. dollar index. Make up 83% of the U.S. dollar index. So let's see what they say. Right now, we take a look at the euro. The euro has I believe it did make the sell the D-point top. We're very close to it. Here's your A to B. Right there. Just simply going to move this over. I think it was just short of forming that pattern. Yeah, it was just really short of forming the sell the D point. But here's what we do know, and here's what is the most important thing, No Spin. Take a look at the rallies from 2 days ago, where price ran in resistance, the oscillator and change line. Yesterday, the oscillator and change line. Today, the oscillator and change line, $1.17. As long as that continues to hold as resistance, it's telling us that price wants to move lower. If the euro moves lower, it's getting weaker. The U.S. dollar index would be getting stronger. If we take a look at the Japanese yen, I don't have really a pattern out here. What we do have, though, is price running below its oscillator and change line. And as long as it remains below that, and should it move lower, on this chart here, as the Japanese yen would move lower, it's getting stronger, the U.S. dollar index would get weaker. Now, the euro is about 53%. I'm rounding up. I think it's 13% or so for the Japanese yen, and the Great British pound is really just behind that. If we take a look at the Great British pound, which may have formed a sell the D point top, that's really of no importance to us right now, because what is of importance to us, No Spin, is the fact that price continues to find resistance. Now here, this is finding resistance at its red oscillator and change line. That is much more bearish than the green oscillator and change line. This suggestion it wants to move lower. If this is moving lower, guess what the U.S. dollar index is doing? It's moving higher. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. What I'll do for you tomorrow, though, I'll have the U.S. dollar index charts. I'll go ahead and post them inside a PowerPoint or what have you so that I can show you there. But remind me tomorrow, too, okay? Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. We got the ticker symbol NBIS up on our screen. This is for Nitram inside the Tiger's Den. What you love about this pattern out here, and it just depends upon the close today. Right now, it is negating a Rhodes momentum indicator top. It's negating a shooting star candle that confirmed a TD9 count top as well. And they closed today above 117.65, negates all those signals. That would be very bullish. The weekly chart remains bullish. The monthly chart remains bullish. This wants to continue to rally further. If we take a look at it's basically an all-time highs out here. Basically, everybody is in the money, or everybody in this is made money on this ticker symbol out here. So looks like it wants to negate that daily TD9 count and Rhodes momentum indicator top, and it's going to do that in essence in 2 days' time. That is a strong bullish message out there. This wants to rally further. Now, I changed that opinion if price gets back underneath that TD9 count top. So if we close back below 117.65, you know where the cavalry, you know where the rifles are at out there. So that's what I'd be watching, Nitram. You close above that level today. This wants to continue to rally further. You also want to take a look at Carvana. CVNA is a ticker symbol out here. Carvana is trading out right now at 393.15 on its daily time frame. It's attempting to get above profile resistance. So your battleground here is at 396.96. Very clear out there. On a weekly time frame, I don't have any kind of a, I take it back. There's a Rhodes momentum indicator top. Price is trading into the swing point of that, which was August the 1st, and that had volume of 25.6 million shares. We've closed in it with 15 million shares. Last week was 11 million shares. This week so far, 10 million shares. So we continue to move higher with lighter volume, but as long as price remains above that green oscillator and change line on the weekly time frame, 388, even Steven right now, that remains bullish. Even the pullback today inside of Carvana, so gapped up, if you will, slightly, traded above profile resistance, pulled back, and is testing that green oscillator and change line. The monthly time frame has a wave number 7 signal. We're trading into that swing point. That is volume of 66 million shares last month, 54 million shares. But we are trading above profile resistance and its green oscillator and change line. Even though it's on light volume, it's going to try to make that move higher out there. The proof of that would be a close above 396.96. 2 closes above that, Nitram. So hope that helps you out. As always, thanks for your request. Hector and Patty write in. They want to take a look at ticker symbol LAR, most interested in the longer-term view of it. Now, and I hope this is right too. I don't have a ton of data on this. My data here, someone in the den, would you check me out? I go back to October of 2023. What that means on the monthly time frame, it's really not a lot of data. What it did do, though, at least, Hector and Patty, was it formed a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom pattern in June of 2025. What we have seen since there is a series of higher lows out there. And we've also seen higher highs, so maybe we're going to see that this month. When we take a look at the weekly time frame chart, here's what we know about it. What this did was this formed a TD9 count top the week of August 15th. That is under attack as we speak. If price closes tomorrow above $3.76, we're at $3.77 right now, you will negate that signal. You will also trigger an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. Now, the volume on that candle, 17.3 million shares. So far, we're at 10 million shares. So you're going to be light in the loafers, but you still could trigger an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside out there. You don't have to have a volume to do that. It's nice when you do, but if you don't, it does not mean that it's not going to go ahead and still try to complete that pattern out there. So the A to B equals CD pattern out here that could be in play, it's a doozy, would get you up towards the $5.03 level out there. So again, what you're looking for tomorrow specifically, is a close above 376. If we don't close above it, you still have got a topping pattern that price is dealing with. And the daily time frame has a Rhodes momentum indicator top, price pulled back. This is bullish, found support at the bottom of its profile, $3.28. And today it is trading above profile resistance, 372. It's trading into the swing point from September 25th. That had volume of 7.5 million shares. In 2 hours of trading, you've done 1.5 million. You're at about a 4.5 million share a day versus 7.5. Again, this thing continues to move up with lighter volume, Hector. But as long as you trade close above 372 today, you're going to likely go explore that high. And again, the weekly time frame is you're looking for a close above 376 come tomorrow. So hope that helps you out. Always good to hear from you and Patty. Thanks so much for your request. Brent writes in. Good to hear from you, Brent, as well. AMCR is the ticker symbol. So let's get over to it, see what we can find here. Come on. Populate AMCR. So what we like here is I see that price right now, yesterday it looks like it closed just inside its profile. What you're looking for here, let me see. Yesterday's close, 819, bottom 819. So it was right at it. What you're really looking for here, Brent, for the daily time frame, this is day number 5 to the upside, looks like, is for price to close above the center of that bullish structured profile. The reason is because we traded below it for more than 2 consecutive sessions. That is where counter trend rallies would die, and that's at 825. The high today so far has been 825. So you'd love to see price close above that. Now, if it closes below 825, but still is within inside its profile, meaning it does not close below 810, maybe it's just gearing up to try to take that level out. That I don't know, but it's 5 days in a row to the upside. Could be getting a bit tired, might be getting ready to pull back here. But that's the level you want to see on a daily basis for price to overcome. That tells you it's more than a counter trend move, but your next battle would be 836, the top of its daily profile. If it could overcome 836, the next battle would be its weekly oscillator and change line. That's at 846 out there. On a weekly basis, we do not have any kind of a bottom signal. What you would need at a minimum, I believe, is a bullish reversal candle. Yes, that would then confirm a buy the T-point bottom pattern. Or what you need to see is price tick below last week's low. That was at 790, and do that either this week. It's not going to do that tomorrow. I can't imagine it will. Maybe next week to trigger a TD9 count bottom. The monthly time frame, as we closed out the month of September, it confirmed a TD9 count bottom pattern. So the daily time frame must have a buy the D point bottom. Let me open this chart up here. I mean, probably just have to take it back further to find it. Yeah, so there's definitely a buy the D point bottom pattern that formed with this 3 river Morningstar candle formation on the daily. So you got a daily bottom, you've got a monthly bottom, you don't have a weekly bottom out there. So we're pulling for you. That's what I've got with regard to AMCR. So Brent, hope that helps you out, and best of luck to you on that trade. Mary Jo is in a buying mood, and she wants to go take a look at Harmony Gold. HMY is the ticker symbol. So we take a look at HMY. This is completing a TD9 count topping pattern today. This is going to be, I don't have the right bottom on the lower left out there. Well, it's going to be day number 1 to the downside. That much I know. So what you're watching for here, Mary Jo, you're trying to find an entry area. One possibility is right about now. 1761 is the oscillator and change line. I wish price had gotten down there to test that. But only day number one to the downside. I'd hold off because it's going to confirm a TD9 count top today. It's going to complete that pattern. It may also confirm a Rhodes momentum indicator top. So I'd say you at least got to wait to see how price deals with that daily oscillator and change line. On a weekly time frame, there is a Rhodes momentum indicator top that has been tested and rejected. That was the high from April 18th. Volume there was 25 million shares. It's so far being tested with 19 million shares. Now, on a daily basis, this does volume about 4 or 5 million shares. Yeah, about 5 million shares. So we've got volume. Add another 5, we're going to be at about 25 million shares, taking on 25 million shares. That's suggesting that price will be back up to test that high. Mary Jo, that's at 1877. So you're looking for a buy area. I say be patient for a couple of days. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back. We're looking at RKT for Duncan inside the Tiger's Den. Duncan, this is confirming A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. Today, it is passing that B point with volume. The initial price target is $16.89. I'm not saying that is where price is going to stop. In fact, I'm saying the opposite of that. The way that price is blown off of that C point of that A to B equals CD pattern and doing with volume says this thing is headed lower. So if it's not headed to $16.89, where's it's headed to? Well, If you look at the weekly time frame chart, the top of its profile is 1512. It has a TD9 count top. Its breakout area is 1424. Stevie's going with somewhere around 1424 is where this is likely headed to. That is ticker symbol RKT. You want to take a look at RGTI. I think that's Rigetti Computing Inc. out there. I like to call it Rigatoni. Now, you're asking, will this form an A to B equal CD pattern on the upside? It sure should, because it's got the volume as it takes on the swing point from the trading day of September 24th. The volume there of 141 million shares. So far, in over 2 hours of trading, it's done 78 million shares. But you got to close above the swing point high, and that is at the price point of 34.40. We're at 34.31. So if you do close above that, yes, you have a large A to B equals CD pattern on the upside. Weekly and monthly are simply all out bullish and in breakout mode. Lastly, let's go take a look at OKLO. This is for ELO inside the Tiger's Den. What we like about this is, number one, we don't have a topping pattern, I don't believe. Let me just make sure that high was 142.85. This close here, 142 up 73. No, you got a TD9 count top. But daily wise, here's what's going on ELO. Price is back above its green oscillator and change line. It's going to go fill the gap at a minimum, and by the minimum means to get to at least 130.38. Now, volume on that candle session, 25 million shares. So far today, 14 million shares. So you're pushing in towards that swing point with volume, maybe signaling that you're going to go test its highs. On the weekly time frame, it's in all-out bullish mode. The same thing is true for the monthly time frame. So it's just the daily, but it should go at least fill that gap. Folks, thanks so much for joining me on a terrific Thursday. That's what I hope that you have. I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow on Fabulous and Fantastic Friday. Watch those ball games. They should be good. Pretty unusual to see 3 of 4 games go to a game 3 out there. It should be fireworks. It should be good. Take care, folks. Have a terrific Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow.